Hey everybody, this is Betsy Veldman for Papertrey Inc. and I am excited to be here today to show you all of the details of my latest full Make It Market kit called Don't Forget to Write. And this kit is filled with all sorts of things to help you create beautiful stationery, note cards, tags, and more. So let me start off by showing you all the stamps and dies included in the kit. To me, the stamps and the dies are really the bulk of the kit. They're the tools that you're going to be able to add to your collection and use over and over again. And the Don't Forget to Write kit really has some great basics that I think that you're going to love using. So first of all, we have a scalloped note card die, and this is a die that will create a square 3 3/4 inch scalloped note card. And they fit perfectly inside of the 4-inch square envelopes that Papertrey carries in their store, and we are also including some really pretty gold metallic envelopes in the kit too that will fit this note card die. It has a really pretty scalloped edge and also a little stitched detail, and there is a built-in score line as well, so it makes it really super easy to just die cut and fold and you're ready to go. I love creating these little note cards. They're fun to make a set of them for gifts. They work great for little gift enclosure cards. Just so many uses for this die. Alright, the next dies that I'll show you are the decorative frames in the kit, and these are just really pretty basics that I think work so well with the kit, but you're also going to love adding them to your collection to use with other things as well. They're just a really great basic. So there are two shapes, so round and square, and there are optional plain dies included as well, so that you can choose to cut out the inside and create an open frame or leave them solid. So here's a couple that I cut to show you. Here I did not use the optional square and left it solid, and here I did, and so it creates a frame. And you can really have fun with playing around with layering these, or even turning them to create something just really beautiful. And the same goes for the round one as well. Creates a really pretty decorative frame. There are stamps in the kit that can be used to embellish these die cuts. There is a striped circle and square frames, and these coordinate with this as well, so you can stamp. It works either if you leave them open or if you use them as a solid frame. The striped design just fits really perfectly around that opening if you choose to use it as an open frame. And then there are also little flourishes that can be stamped on these decorative elements as well, and for both the round and the square. There is also a pretty label included, same kind of flourish design, and here's one that I cut out for you. This can be used on the front of envelopes for a really pretty address label, or looks really pretty on the front of cards. You can also play around with layering it over the frames, which looks beautiful as well. Okay, there are also several floral dies included in the kit. There are a couple bouquets, multi-step stamps to stamp this beautiful multicolor bouquet, and there's a large and a small. And you'll probably notice here, you can see I did something a little bit different with these dies in that I built in a little bit of an embossing line inside there that will, when you die cut your cardstock, this design will emboss onto your paper, and so that can act as just a little bit of a guide to help you line everything up and just to orient where all of the bits and pieces of the stamps go. And here, of course, there's all of the bits and pieces of the different floral bouquets are included in the stamp set. And then there are just some simple flowers as well. I pulled out this large focal flower here from the multi-step bouquet and gave you a die for that as well, so you can use those for just little accent pieces. And there's a large and a small for that as well. And then there's just a single a little leaf cluster as well, so that works as a great little accent. And then we also have some word dies I love word dies, and these are, there's 3 words: gift, note, and sending. So they're perfect for creating stationery, but also just great for sentiments for everyday cards as well. And those 3 main words are also found in the stamp set: gift, sending, and note, in a slightly smaller size. So that gives you some other options as well. And then there are lots of companion sentiments in the stamp set as well that cover just about every occasion. Thanks, sending my love, heartfelt greetings, here's a get well, a birthday cheer, sending hugs, anniversaries over here, hello. So really you cover just about any occasion. So next I want to show you the stencils that are included in the kit. There are 2 different sizes of alphabets, a large and a small, that will help you create custom stationery and envelopes. And there's 2 different sizes so that you can create kind of the traditional monogram with the large letter in the center and the small letters on the sides. And that will fit inside of either the square or the circular frames so that you can put those on the front of cards. You can also feel free to use each of the sizes individually as well, and for single monograms. The small size fits nicely on that pretty label, the envelope address label, which also, of course, you can use. I made some note cards here with my mother-in-law's initial right there, and you can use them on envelope flaps as well. Here I stamped the decorative flourish on either side of the large. This is the large S. So let me just show you how to use the stencils. There are some etched guidelines included in the stencils that will help you get everything nice and straight and lined up. What I like to do is I'm going to take the circle frame here that I have die cut, and we'll just do 1 monogram. I'll just do my initial. So what you want to do is you want to get that just nice and lined up, and then I like to take Post-it notes, and that does a couple of different things. It helps hold everything in place. I'm going to extend it beyond here. You could also use like a sticky mat, like a die cutting mat, like a Cricut mat, if you have one of those. So what this does is it helps me to not get ink on the other letters next to it, and it also helps to hold it in place. So I'm just going to take my ink blending tool. I have a round sponge here, and I'm going to start off with some aqua mist, and I'm just going to ink over that. And I like to use more of a kind of a up and down sponging motion to get that ink nice and nice coverage there in those detailed areas. Okay, and then I found that I also liked the look of taking a darker shade of ink. Here I have some Ocean Tides, and I like the way it looks to just sponge a little bit of that towards the bottom of the leather. See how that gives it some nice depth there. And then we can pull that away, and we have a really pretty monogram. And of course, no kit is complete without all of the pretty pattern papers and fun accessories. And this kit is no different, and we have really put some fun things into this kit, I think. First of all, there is a beautiful pen. I don't know about you, but every time I go to write out a card or a note, I cannot find a pen, a nice writing pen. And so when I put together this stationery kit, this is one of the things that I wanted to include, was a really nice pen. And this one is fun. It's in custom imprinted with our kit logo, Don't Forget to Write, and a pretty little floral embellishment there. And it's a uniball pen, black, so it writes beautifully. Just kind of fun. And you can see here also I have a box. And this box is just a really nice, sturdy, pretty box. It's a pretty shade of pink, and you will receive one in your kit. And then they will also be offered for sale individually in the store on the day of the kit release as well. So if you want to purchase some individually to create stationery sets to give as gifts, they are perfect for that. They have a lid that lifts off, and they are just the right size to hold. What I have over here are A2 papers as well as some smaller papers, and then the other side will hold envelopes. And what I did is I just created a little divider by scoring a piece of cardstock and adhering it down into the base of the box. So you can just really easily create a divided stationery box. Really pretty for gifts, and then you can embellish the outside of the box however you want. And let me show you the papers. There are lots of pretty papers in the kit. There are essentially 4 different colorways of papers, and you can use them on their own, but there's enough similarities between between the 4 that they really look pretty all together too. So you can choose to do, a set out of all of one color, or you can mix it up as well. And then there are a couple basic patterns too. There's this kind of geometric neutral pattern, and then an aqua mist watercolor stripe as well. And all of the papers come in 3 different sizes. There's this little square set which coordinates with the square note card die, and then there are a set of A1 papers, which is approximately 3.5 by just under 5 inches, and then there's a set of A2 papers as well. And these are your traditional 4.25 by 5.5 inch papers, and all of the patterns come in all of those 3 different sizes. Makes it really easy to create a coordinated set. And then of course, like with all of my kits, there are some die cuttable sheets as well. There's some floral bouquets, both the large and the small, and I've been cutting on these, but you can see they come in all the 4 different colorways as well. This one that I'm missing here is more of the pink. It's this bouquet here is the one that I have cut out of there, and you can see, just like my other kits, there is an outline that the die just nests right inside of there, and you can just easily run that through your machine and get perfectly cut images. So there's the bouquets, and then there's also sheets of the individual, like the little double flowers and leaves as well. And then this time around we did something a little different too. There are also some custom stickers, and these are little labels that you can add to the front of envelopes to make a really pretty address label. And those come in the colors that coordinate with all of the different colorways in the papers. And then there are some pretty floral seals that can be put onto the flaps of envelopes. Let's see if I can find a sample here for you. Here's one. You can see how they look really pretty on the flap of an envelope. And then there are some other word seals as well, and these can be put on envelopes as well, or they will also be really fun to use on the front of cards too. And then we've also included a variety of envelopes in the kit as well, and these are also in all of the 3 different sizes that we are including, and these are 4-inch square, which go along with the square note card die, and then these are a gold metallic, really beautiful. And then there are A1 envelopes, and these fit perfectly with the A1 papers, and these are a nice crisp white with a gold edge. So they coordinate with all of the different colorways from the papers. And then of course we also have an assortment of A2 envelopes in colors that coordinate with the papers as well. And last but not least, when you purchase a kit, you will receive a download which includes templates for 3 different sizes of stationery boxes. And there's sizes to fit the A2 cards, the A1 cards, and also the square note cards. And these are all kind of the same style of stationery box. It's kind of a folio folder type of box, and the largest of the 3, the A2, is sized generously enough so that you can fit an entire stationery set inside of the box, and you can fit all 3 sizes of the note cards all the way up to the A2 cards. And then you can choose to embellish it however you want, create a little wrap for it, however you want to embellish that. Here is the size that would fit the A1, and then also the square note cards, which can make fun little gifts. Here I created a set of little note cards. And that will be included with your purchase. You will receive a PDF download, and you will also receive a download for with complete cutting and assembly instructions for 4 different complete stationery sets. Alright, thanks for watching. This wraps up the peek into my newest full Make It Market kit called Don't Forget to Write, and it will be available for purchase beginning May 1st at 10 p.m. Eastern Time from the Papertrey Inc. website. Thanks again for watching, and have a great weekend, everybody. This has been Betsy Veldman for Papertrey Inc.